Hey folks, Parataga here. Welcome back to 80 Days. We are in Istanbul. We have just been caught wearing a harem lady's clothes, don't ask. And we must explore. We have to go on from here across the Caspian Sea. Or is it the Black Sea? Black Sea. I don't know. I get confused. We have found a way across to Odessa or Novorossiysk. Which is the best? I found myself in the historic quarter of Sultanahmet, in the shadow of the glorious minarets of the Blue Mosque. I had some hours before I had to return to Mr Fogg, and was finding myself attracting some entertaining attention in my flashing silks. I'm still wearing them. I don't bloody believe it. What am I doing? Let's go to the Grand Bazaar. A covered market holding thousands upon thousands of stalls, divided into streets of vendors selling everything from Turkish leather slippers to dried fruits and nuts stacked in precarious pyramids. The vendors called out in every language known to man, and I'd wager some entirely invented. Should I press into the raucous throng? I'll probably lose some money, that's just how it goes, but yeah. My senses overwhelmed by the calls of the vendors and the aromas of cinnamon and mint. From one man's stall, I picked up a worked silver dagger. The Balkan Khanjar with watered steel blade. A formidable choice, mademoiselle. The vendor introduced Mademoiselle. Mademoiselle Ginette Passepartout. A ceremonial item, although, and he winked, it may have practical uses for a beautiful lady such as yourself. Shall I flirt with him? Let's flirt with him. And he offered me the dagger for £60. It was too much. So I left him with a nod and walked away. Damn it! Damn it! I was trying to haggle. Oh well. I explored the city further. The streets were full of magnificent sights. I'm kicking myself. I really wanted that dagger. Bright marbled mosques, historic palaces. I don't know what the etiquette is in mosques when I'm a man dressed as a woman, so I might avoid them. With rambling, manicured gardens, gold-curtained carriages, drawn by mechanical horses enamelled in scarlet and purple. Fine, bright marbled mosques, with minarets that glowed in the sunlight. Oh my. It was so much beauty that my eyes began to ache, and I surprised myself with the desire to return to the more drab tones of my master. Aww. Okay, quickly, to the market. Harem silks! Oh, they're worth so much in Hail. Where the hell is Hail? I don't even know. Is it way down here? Kabul, Herat... I feel like it's somewhere like down in the... Yeah, nah, screw that, miles away. I can sell that any time. I want to go to... That arrives Saturday. This arrives today! Yes! Oh, but only 2 bags. Sugar. Woolen cloaks from Odessa. No. And that's only 2 bags either, and quite a bad journey. This is quick. Okay. Arrives tomorrow before 12 noon. Departs tomorrow. Okay, we need to sort our bags. It's hydrofoil! Oh, wicked. So we need to ditch some junk. That can go. Izmir, Antalya and Cairo. We're not going to get what we need out of that, I'm afraid. I'm not going to keep the Canadian train timetable. That's just not worth it. And the hammer. Tsaritsyn, Moscow. It's not worth enough. It's not worth enough to keep. These are worthwhile. These are great. These help me have conversations with people. The railway whistle, also very useful. Air sickness pills. We're not travelling by air much, I don't think. So, driving goggles or leather gloves. I'm going to say we're going to keep the open road set. So let's ditch the... I want to keep my gentleman traveller set. Englishman's wardrobe set, rather. I always trust a man in a well-starched woolen shirt. I don't know what would happen if we were to ditch it. I'm just so attached to it, you know? Maybe I'm being foolish, though. The traveller set is so much more valuable, isn't it? Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to ditch the jacket. And I can only take 2 bags, so I'm going to ditch the wool shirts, the wool trousers, bring in the travelling cloak. I didn't need to ditch all of that, it turns out. Come back here, you. And let us keep the leather gloves and the driving goggles. Now we're down to 2 bags. We can depart in 2 days? What? But that's miles away. Oh, damn it. Whereas that arrives Wednesday. That's even worse. Tehran arrives Wednesday. No, we've got to go to Odessa and then from there to Moscow, I think. Yeah, that's going to be the way. Okay. Okay. We don't really have anything to sell now. We've just kind of, you know, burned all our possessions off. So, yeah, there's nothing for us. Fine. I guess we'll wait. We must wait. And this is sad. This is slowing us down. We'll pass the night here. Yes, we shall. Before retiring, I washed and hung our linen. I spent a few days polishing shoes in the lobby. Now, I think this will improve our valeting. Our funds have gone... Oh, okay, and some money. Fair enough. I mean, our funds are not terrible. Still got better part of what we started out with. Can we depart? Departs tomorrow before 12. Ah, we can negotiate! Thoroughly ungentlemanly behaviour. Before 12 noon. I don't know what that's going to do for us. Arrives tomorrow. Yes! Oh, we're going. Let's go. Travelling cloak from our gentleman traveller's set is going to help. Cold weather, uncomfortable conditions, and mild seas. Yeah, we don't really have anything else. The Forlanini hydrofoil. This is so cool. We've been by airship and steamer, and we've gone under the water in a train, and now we're on a hydrofoil. We bought a ticket for the hydrofoil, but as we approached it, I began to lose confidence. The thing looked like no ship I had ever seen, and more like a floating dinner plate built from tin foil and meshed aluminium bars. Have confidence in the engineers. The artificers are no fools. Young Passepartout. The design followed the work of Enrico Forlanini, obviously, hence the name. I tried to dissuade Mr Fogg. Oh, let's rally our spirits. But Mr Fogg was not feeling gloomy, and found my attempts at levity distracting and rather tedious. Oh, sugar. A grizzled type invited us aboard, which was a tricky proposition, or which I found easy enough. Yes, for my balance is excellent. But poor Mr Fogg had a rather more ungentlemanly experience, lifted up and handed to a burly sailor as though he were a sack of grain. We found our seats around the perimeter of the craft. Then they turned on the engines. "It's noisy!" shouted the grizzled man, who had leapt aboard with a painter in his hand. "But fast!" He was not dissembling. A moment later, the craft took off, levitating across the mirror-glass surface of the Black Sea, travelling at terrific speed. Awesome. Ooh, who is this chap? Engineer? Oh, Captain. Greetings, Capitan. Just have to shout over the engines! Okay, about Odessa. Odessa is a cool place and no mistake! We don't want to go to Novorossiysk or Tsaritsyn or Belgrade. We want to go to bloody Moscow. Maybe we've got to go to Tsaritsyn from there. Maybe. Is it possible to travel from Odessa to Tsaritsyn? Did you know that the quickest way to Tsaritsyn from here is to go via Moscow? Oh, I'm glad you told me that. Okay. Odessa to Moscow, then. No? Okay, fine. And then Astrakhan is way over here, I think. Is it possible? Blah, blah, blah. Have you heard that some buyers will pay well for woolen cloaks from Astrakhan? Not that well, I think you'll find. If we're going to be trading, like carrying stuff around in our valuable luggage space, it's got to be really valuable stuff. We're trading luxuries, not bloody fabrics. The vessel did not actually levitate, of course. Instead it bucked. It sat on the surface of the water, with the engine submerged on legs that caused the craft to lift up. The arrangement allowed us to gain quite incredible speeds and leave barely any wake, but with plenty of disconcerting vertical movement. And I enjoyed the ride. Oh, sugar! He just dropped 12. Oh dear, Monsieur Fogg, I'm so sorry. The vessel did... blah, blah. Monsieur Fogg, on the other hand, felt quite the worse for wear. I could do little for him, however. And of course, he did not complain. Our relations have deteriorated. Oh dear. Well, that's fine. We'll fix that. Oh gosh, 83 is not happy. Some of our possessions could be sold handsomely here. We'll have to sleep here and explore in the morning. Agreed. We know we can get to Moscow from here, so we'll explore in the morning and move on, and then it's on to the Trans-Siberian Railway. So let us do that. We passed the night and you gain some health, please? Please, please? Not a lot. Okay. We arrived in Odessa in the company of a cold spell and shivered our way through the wide streets. The city could almost be Mediterranean if it were not for the signs of the Russian dominance or if it were not for the wind that blows off the Black Sea and seems to fill your bones with ice water. Our hostel lay at the top of an enormous staircase, on which we found several locals sitting and talking and sipping from shared carafes, a clear liquid that I do not believe was water. The mood was pensive. Should we leave them to their glum celebration? No, let us approach. On approche. We are visitors, I said, by way of greeting. Mr Fogg hung back, taking in the surroundings rather than looking at the people themselves. Why do you all look so subdued? I don't want to know. What would you recommend we see? The best side is the one you're sitting on, one remarked, while another lifted a vodka bottle, holding it up to his eye like a telescope. The best views are through the bottom of a bottle. I asked how long they had been considering that particular viewpoint. Oh, we could buy a bottle with the sum of £3, and they obliged me without pleasure. It seemed that these particular Odessans always carried a spare. You'll like a drink? One of the sops asked me. I felt my master's attention turn upon myself. All things in moderation, friend. All things in moderation, friend, I answered soberly. The drunkard stared back at me and then spluttered into laughter. I feel that the cold in this place truly does enter the bones of its people and their hearts. We are polished. Our relations have strengthened slightly, of course, because he is a very moderate and measured man, our master, Monsieur Phileas Fogg. And our funds have gone down a touch. Oh, we're down below 2. It's really ticking down. I'm on fine form, but we must make haste. Well, we must explore, first of all. What do we discover? Route to Moscow, which is all I care about, and another route back to Istanbul. I walked the street a while, discovering the possibilities for how we might make progress. Quickly, I do hope you're not spending too much past part 2. That money has to last all the way around. Yes, agreed. To the market. Stopwatch. Valuable in Moscow. Absolutely. Oh, hang on. Let us check the map quickly. Train to Moscow. 5 bags. Arrives tomorrow at 4 p.m. Yeah, that's fine for me. Let us get back to the market. Salvanica. Rest and recuperation. Yes. Russian timetable. A timetable. We don't need that. We're taking the Trans-Siberian. Stopwatch. Yes. Shortbread. Of interest to luxurious, posh, and prim types. That's going to help in conversation. Set of false teeth. Valuable in Moscow. Okay. Well, why not? And you know what? We may as well grab this. It's peanuts, isn't it? Oh, I've already ditched our Canadian timetable. Okay. Okay. Oh, we've learned of a route from Tromsø to Helsinki to Minsk. Well, to heck with all that. This is what our Russian timetable has taught us. I don't really care. And Warsaw to Moscow. To Minsk, rather. Okay, fine. And Bucharest to Odessa. Oh, well, that timetable has really connected the dots, hasn't it? Oh my god, it just goes on. Kalimskaya, all the way down to India? Beijing, Pyongyang, okay, to China. Right. Our plan is to go to Moscow. We are going to negotiate the heck out of that. Railway whistle from our railway man set should change their minds. Yep, looks like we can grease the wheels. We can leave today. Yep, let's do it. Oh, that's going to hurt. Thank you for the travelling cloak, but we need some cold weather gear. We really need cold weather gear. I probably don't need the open road stuff for now, or the dusty road, or any of that. Because all we're doing is travelling by train, uncomfortable conditions, in the cold. So that's what we need to focus on in terms of gear. We boarded a freight train. I'm wondering if it's because I ditched the gentleman's gear. I don't know. But we boarded a freight train after reaching a quick accord with its driver, and he threw shut the heavy metal doors. The train juddered away down the track. We were in Russia! Woo! We have corrupted... By using our train whistle and having a word with the driver and bribing him, we've obtained a better travel time. Our very first foray into Russia, and we've corrupted a public official. Oh, let us groom Fogg. Ah, close shave, superb. That's because we've got the shaving kit. Yes. Thank goodness. I'm in roaring health, but we must make haste. We pass the time sipping vodka, in quiet contemplation, or in conversation. I think quiet contemplation would do well for our relationship, but conversation might teach us more about where we're going. Might have to do that. Which in effect meant that I asked questions only to receive few or no answers from my master. Oh, sugar. Why were we here? Where were we going? Were we on the run? Why 80 days and not 75 or 93? If there were answers, Mr Fogg acted as though I should already know them, and I began to wonder if I understood in truth better than I believed. Perhaps our journey truly had the simplest of motivations, a mere stretching of the legs. Oh, damn it. I thought that might improve our relationship, but apparently not. Oh, stop whining. I'm going to have to groom you again in the morning. Fine, we'll converse with someone. Ooh. Greetings, Mademoiselle Brechov. Can I help you? I'm the guard on this train. I don't really care about where we're going. I know where we're going. So, all the way across to basically Konevskaya and Vladivostok, I believe. Via Yekaterinburg, of course. So, we'll ask a little bit about Moscow, I guess. Pray tell me about Moscow. It is beyond my remit. Okay, fine. And the journey to Vladivostok. Speaking of trains, I understand Kreta is linked to Karai, aboard the Bolan mail train, but it's slow going. I don't really care about any of this. Can we just move on? Oh, Vladivostok to Yokohama. That's what we want. Oh, yeah, baby. Perhaps it's possible to get there. Fine. What about to Honolulu? Let's just say that you can pick up revolvers in Honolulu. Extremely valuable. Oh, buy revolvers in Honolulu. I will bear it in mind. So we've learned of a route from somewhere we don't care about to somewhere else we don't care about. Awesome. It's a freight train. No wonder he's uncomfortable. The train rolled on through endless pine forests, passing only the occasional structure, a farmstead here, a water tower, an airship dock. There was so much space that it hurt my eyes to look. Now this, I know we're not on the Trans-Siberian Railway yet. We're about to be. But this is actually the reason I want to take it. It's pretty much the longest, well-known continuous train journey you can take anywhere in the world. And I feel like culturally we've forgotten how big the world is in terms of just the distance between places, because we can travel so easily, mostly by plane. Like I've been to Japan. It took me 24 hours pretty much to get there from London. I mean, it was nothing. It was just was it even that? Yeah, I think in total, including stops, which was a doddle. And that's pretty much the other side of the world. That's crazy, you know. And a part of me just felt I was missing something by not truly appreciating the distance, you know, on a visceral level, in a way that you don't get when you just step onto a metal tube and then step off and hey, you're there, and you sleep in between. I would love to take it by land, by the Trans-Siberian Railway, because even though I know it would be like profoundly boring in some sense, I want to experience that boredom. I want to really know what it is to travel that sort of distance. I mean, even the whole point of Around the World in 80 Days is that, you know, with steam engines and trains and ships, the world is so much smaller, and it's like, well, Jules Verne hadn't seen nothing yet, you know? That was then. They were saying, oh, it's shrinking the world, but now the world is tiny, and I want to experience the size of the world as it was in, you know, the 19th century, just a little, just for a couple of weeks, to really know it, you know? Anyway, let us on to Moscow. Oh, stop it, stop dying. Let's groom you, quickly. I could not wish for a superior valet. I agree, I am the best. The train rolled into the Russian borderlands, and I could take the opportunity to sleep a little longer, or I could sit by the window watching the lines of houses flicker by. Well, in my own nature, I would do this. Anyway, look, I think we've gone on long enough on this occasion. We're about to arrive in Moscow after 14 days of travel to embark on the Trans-Siberian Express, when our journey will truly begin in earnest. I'll see you then, folks. Bye!